Why the hell is Netflix trying to teach gender ideology to children? Look, when I was growing up, gender was never spoken of during Nickelodeon or when I was watching Dennis the Menace or Blue's Clues or whatever. Children's entertainment was pure children's entertainment. But now I just come to find out that Netflix is pushing gender ideology onto children? What? It's so upsetting, dude. It's so upsetting. How dare you poison the mind of children? Look, I would personally never approve if I had a boy. If he began doing things that were for girls, let's assume that. If he was steering himself towards that direction, I personally wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you why. When I was growing up, I used to steer I towards Barbie, towards pink things. That was I. That was me, dude. Like I loved girl things. I used to put on my mom's freaking earrings. I'm not kidding. I used to wear her stilettos. But I never wanted to be a girl. The reason that I did that was because that was the only adult in my life. And I hated my brother. I love being a man. I just freaking love it. Imagine if my mom would have like encouraged me to play with Barbies and stuff. Like hell no, dude. Hell no. So in the end, I loved playing with my GI Joes. Never once did I ever have the thought, oh, I want to be a girl. Navigating childhood is already complex. You know what I mean? And you don't want your parents to encourage something that can confuse you even further later on. You know what I mean? So Netflix right now is being boycotted because they have a lot of children's content that is pushing these gender ideologies onto children, which is something that, no, it's disgusting. Let's see, let me show you.
What Netflix is pushing on your kids.
You look amazing! But what does this have to do with Frightfall?
Hello! Frightfall, costumes, dressing up, and your look doesn't need to be scary. See?
I'm trans, Norma, and everyone at school.
Why are they putting like a drag boy? Like fine, do whatever you want. But like growing up, there was always one boy who was like totally gay who played with like girls' toys and no one cared, but everyone knew. You know what I mean? That was not me, by the way. That wasn't I. I never liked that. But I mean, I never got into that because my mom didn't allow it, I guess. Like if my mom would have caught me wearing her earrings, she would have freaking killed murder me. She doesn't know to this day. Okay, let's see.
And everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place. I can just be Barney, and I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent today chased by terrifying zombie mascots.
Hey, it's okay. I know I'm safe when I'm with my friends or other non-binary people.
Non-binary?
Dude, what? Who will say that in like a regular conversation? Oh my god, I love hanging out with my friends or with other non-binary people. What? You have to be kidding me. Like, can't Netflix get sued for this type of content? How is this even like legal?
People who aren't female or male. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no people that aren't male or female. It is what you're born with, dude. Like, that makes no sense, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with the whole thing about if you have a wee wee, you can be a girl. Like it, no, you're male, and yes, you can like whatever it is that you want, but you're still a male. You can do everything you want. You can get boobs. You can get long hair. You can get a bunch of things, but you're still a male. You were born a male. Your body is a male. Even if you change it, your soul is a male, dude. You can want to drive. You can want to dress like a chick, but you're always gonna be a boy, dude.
I shouldn't have assumed.
I always knew my pronouns felt right, but
Since when does a robot need freaking pronouns? Why are they talking about pronouns in a freaking cartoon in a children's cartoon, dude? Doesn't this make you upset? Like I don't. So I would also boycott Netflix, but I don't. I like piracy. I'm sorry. I mean, I only download things that I have bought legally with my own money, only as a backup,
what a wonderful word.
Okay, if there's one AI
for a wonderful experience.
I'm joined now by CBN's Billy Hollowell. Billy, what's behind this movement?
Yeah, this is interesting because you've got a number of TV shows and movies on Netflix that, as you just saw, are putting out there an ideology that a lot of parents are not comfortable with. And I think we've hit this place.
Any parent who would feel comfortable with Netflix putting that stuff in their children's face would be an irresponsible parent. Like, my mom was a field worker, but she always knew the stuff that I was watching. You know what I mean? Like, even when her work was far away from my brother and I, she still did her best, and she would probably rather be dead than have me watch this stuff, even now as an adult.
To speak up. Parents, after seeing this kind of content, whether it's in schools or other places, they are no longer.
And the whole thing with the schools, like, I have seen videos of butch women teaching kindergarten dressed with like a freaking colorful hat and pants, and it's like, dude, you're going to your job. You're not a performer. You're not a clown. Like, me growing up, all of my professors were always like well dressed. I was taught by some of the most beautiful people I had ever met. And it was amazing. Like, my school childhood was amazing, but no one ever tried to push any type of weird ideology. Like, that's not right. That's not what school is for.
Remaining quiet, they're more aware of it, and there are people out there who are saying, we're going to get rid of our Netflix account if this is the kinds of content that is going to be not only published or uploaded or put on Netflix and then pushed to kids, that they are not going to be a part of it. So when somebody like Elon Musk jumps on board with that, you end up with a pretty crazy situation and it goes viral. And so we're seeing a lot of people out there, apparently, or at least some people, canceling their Netflix accounts and pushing back on this.
Well, that's the thing. If this was on adult content, on the adult version of Netflix, it'd be like, okay, whatever. But now on streaming services, I going on the list of my mind, Muppet Babies, Jurassic World, Transformers, like things that are like meant for like little boys. That's the kind of avenues that these.
That's just wrong and unacceptable. Like, I would never agree to that. I would not want my children to watch that. Why are you pushing gender ideology on freaking children, dude? That's a crime. It should be illegal, dude.
Messages are being sent down. I have 3 young boys. I really hate that I'm in this spot where I'm like, okay, let me legitimately watch everything before you watch it, because you think, oh, Transformers, oh, Jurassic Park, like there's it's going to be about dinosaurs and Transformers and whatever it might be, and it's like, no, like there is a devious sexual message being imposed on my boys, and it's like, you know what? I can see why people are even more so just as a protest. Like, how dare you? How dare you shove this stuff down our throats? It's like, okay, exactly. I think what's important though for us is to always look at scripture. And I was like, all right, God, like this is obviously a very sensitive issue. I have young children. You have kids, Billy. And I was like, God, like what would be a helpful verse to add to this conversation? And God actually.
I bet he's a good dad. He's such a good dad. You can already tell. He's going to the Bible for advice, which is amazing. Hell yeah, good for him.
Brought me to Jude, not a book that's often quoted, but in Jude 17 it says this.
And look, I'm not religious, but I know that the Bible is good for people. It's good because it teaches people how to live their lives, And look, you as a human being, you know that this is wrong. You feel it, right? Like, you just know it. You feel it in your heart that is wrong, that should not be a thing being on television. We're all humans. We all have the same conscious, not the same. Well, yeah, I guess we are. Well, we're different parts of the same system. You know that if you would have a kid, you would not be okay with this ideology being pushed on children, dude.
You can read along if you want. In the last times, there will be scoffers. Here it is. Who will follow their own ungodly desires. Verse 19. These are the people who divide you. Here, and this is what it is. Who follow mere natural instincts, but
pop quiz for anyone who's been in a.
But you, dear friends, by building up yourselves in the most holy faith and by praying in the Holy Spirit, you, dear friends, by building up yourselves in the but do not have the Spirit. But you, dear friends, by building up yourselves in the most holy faith and by praying in the Holy Spirit, keep yourself in God's love. And I think for folks that maybe you see all this stuff and it's like, oh, what's the big deal?
It's a big deal. Dude.
I believe that the Christian folks, I guess you could call them that, and this might be stepping on a lot of toes, that would be like, what's the big deal? I think you are following mere natural instincts and do not have the Spirit of God, because from the very first page of Genesis to Revelation, that God's clearly defined understanding of marriage and the sexual ethic is unambiguous. And so to be pushing this on our kids, that's
what is unambiguous means not ambiguous. Not ambiguous. How do you even pronounce that? Hang on. Ambiguous. Is it ambiguous? Ambiguous. Unambiguous. What would you even say that? Not open to more than one interpretation. I just want to.
Unambiguous.
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 Unambiguous. Unambiguous. Unambiguous. Unambiguous. Sorry. By the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, subscribe.
Exactly why something like this would happen. So, Billy, when something does happen like this, what is the response? Obviously, you've been in this space for a long time. How should Christians respond to this?
I mean, there's a couple of things. The first thing is we got to be praying. We got to be praying for Hollywood. We got to be praying against this, because the hallmark of entertainment.
I did not realize this was like Christian news. Is it like a Christian channel? What the hell is CBN? Christian-oriented cable. It's Christian. Look, I'm not Christian, but you can't deny that there is something like common sense here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to indoctrinate you guys into Christianity. Like, you know, but I'm not trying to like push you into any type of religion. But he has a point. You know what I mean? And look, I like what I like. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not only into what I'm supposed to like, you know, but belonging to a religion such as Christianity is good. Like, all the people that I have met that are Christians are really nice people.
It's been this trust.
Good Christians, though.
It's like parents have had trust in entertainment. They've assumed for some reason, and I don't know why we would assume this, that it's going to be safe for our kids. We have now been awoken.
It should be safe for your kids. Disney should be safe for your kids.
And I think this happened during COVID. It happened after COVID, by the fact that not only are things in schools inappropriate sometimes, which is insane, they're inappropriate in TV shows and movies, and we're letting our kids go on tablets and watch things without recognizing or knowing what it is they're taking in. So we got to be praying against this. We've also got to be aware, and that's really hard. We're all really busy as parents. There's a lot going on, but we actually do need to vet the content. We need to understand it. But I think the third thing is to stand up and make a point. I think what's happening here is people are saying we are no longer going to tolerate this. Fine, you want to put that content out there for kids, well, then we're going to cancel our accounts. And so I think that there's a legitimate sort of activism in this, if you're passionate about it, or speaking out and saying, hey, we're not comfortable with this. I think that's important. And here, I want to throw another scripture out there, Matthew 6:22-23, because this is important. It says, the eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness.
That's true. This is actually taught in Hinduism, but with other words. It's pretty much telling you to not look, to not listen of anything that is not good or not holy or not like any, how do you say? Like in gang stalking, gang stalkers are pushing onto you all of these ideas, all of these ugly images, so that your thoughts turn into, so that those things that they show you affect your behavior in the future. And let me tell you that it's true. What he's saying right now applies. Only because right now is like within the Christian context. What he's saying is true for the mind in general. So don't look at any like stuff of people using illicit substances or engaging in immoral acts. Don't watch any of that. It's bad for you. It's really bad for your soul, dude.
The light within you is darkness. How great is that darkness? We can be inadvertently giving our children darkness, letting them be consumed by it when we're not on top of this. So we got to pray, be aware, and push back.
I did not mean to put you guys to watch this Christian thing. That was not my intention.
Anymore. And if you're watching this video, the major streaming platforms are currently unapologetically indoctrinating your kids to this crazy trans left-wing anti-biblical garbage. Sorry if I'm being a little aggressive. I have 3 young boys, and so this.
I don't think it's aggressive. I think that's anti-biblical garbage. You know what I mean? But like children's content should be teaching morals. You know, not freaking gender ideology. You know what I mean? It's not the place for entertainment for children. Like the colors, numbers, but not gender ideology. What the hell, dude?
It's really personally. So it's not just one platform either. It's YouTube Kids. It's all of it. And so you're not being
okay. YouTube Kids wouldn't be pushing this on people purposefully. YouTube Kids is stuff made by people like myself. I mean, I don't make content for children. Imagine me making content for children. No, but YouTube Kids is like creators that just create content for children. But it's not the fault of YouTube. YouTube is the platform, dude. But like, there's no law that says, oh, you shall not teach gender ideology to anyone, to children. You know what I mean? But it should be into law, because that's just it's wrong, dude. You feel it, right?
Helicopter parent. You're not being overprotective.
And look, I have friends that like are trannies, you know, and I love them to death. And you know, yeah, you do you, but you don't show that stuff to children. You know what I mean?
There is a push. It's right there. It's right there in front of you. There is a push to indoctrinate your kids to this anti-biblical rhetoric, and it's incumbent upon us to say, PG, heck no. You will not have access to my kids in that way. Let's be praying over our kids. Let's be praying that Yeshua.
Don't just pray, but you want to make sure to actually do something about it. Like cancel it right now. Cancel that.
Protects the hearts, guard the hearts of our children. But you're not being crazy. Like that's your job. In 2025, us parents, we are going to have to be vigilant, I think is the word. But Billy, I'll give you the last word.
We've got to be vigilant, and we have to not be surprised when the world is going to do these kinds of things. And we have to also understand, and this is difficult, and I don't want to open up another 10-minute conversation, but a lot of people...
I don't want to open up another 10-minute conversation, and then he goes and opens another 10-minute conversation. Okay, we're done here. I'm done with you, homeboy. So, look, let's see. What does Elon Musk say about this?
To the British animation director, Hamish Steele. He recently called Charlie Kirk the MAGA loyalist who was shot dead last month a Nazi, sparking backlash online. We'll break down what led to this controversy, why it's drawing so much attention, and what it means for both Netflix and its viewers.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk has cancelled his Netflix subscription. His decision comes after...
Doesn't that sound like a tabloid? Elon Musk canceled his Netflix subscription. What exactly is a tabloid? I'm so sorry, dude. I'm always looking up new words. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that. But if there's a word that I'm not really fully 100% of, I need to know it. Like, I'm always... newspaper having pages to sell... Okay, I see.
Controversy involving Hamish Steele, a British animation director who mocked the killing of American conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The move has triggered headlines worldwide and intensified backlash against Netflix. Here is the full story. The controversy began in early September. Hamish Steele, the creator of Dead Endia and Netflix's animated show Dead End Paranormal Park.
Is he tranny? Is he trans? Look at how the main character and him look alike. Do you see that? Look at him, and then look at him. It looks like the same boy, but he also reminds me of the dog. So I feel like these three look too alike. You know what I mean? Is it his concept or what?
So Dead End Paranormal Park shared an expletive-laced post on Blue Sky, a social media platform. In that post, the London-based director referred to Charlie Kirk as a Nazi while mocking his death. Charlie Kirk, MAGA loyalist and a close ally of Donald Trump, was shot and killed in public on September the 10th. His funeral drew thousands of mourners, including Elon Musk and US President Donald Trump. Steele's remarks about Kirk resurfaced online weeks later. It sparked anger among conservatives and Musk's followers. The backlash grew louder when a clip from Steele's Netflix show, aimed at younger audiences, started circulating on Musk's social media platform X. Critics accused the series of promoting what they described as pro-trans messaging.
Yeah.
The renewed attention led to screenshots of Steele's earlier post mocking.
What does it say? Why the F are you even commenting on this? Your sympathy for any of the families being slaughtered by your weapons, but a random Nazi gets shot in a public statement. You're such a word evil. Wow.
Kirk also being widely shared again. Amid the uproar, former scientist for US Department of
I just canceled my Netflix subscription. If you employ someone who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk and makes content that pushes pro-trans content on my kids, you would never get a dime of my money. Yeah, exactly.
Energy Matt von Swoll announced that he...
Aren't the left, like, just getting crazier, dude? Like, you know what I'm... Like, I can't believe there's people that actually, like, are actively... I actually thought that pushing that content on children is okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense to me. What is wrong with you? There is something wrong with the world right now, dude.
Had cancelled his Netflix subscription. In his post, Van Swoll criticised the company for employing Steele. He accused Steele of celebrating Kirk's murder and pushing content that, in his words, promoted pro-trans views. He declared Netflix would never get a dime of his money again.
I like his hair.
It was to this post that Elon Musk replied. His response was just one word: same. That single reply confirmed that Musk too had cancelled his Netflix subscription in protest. Musk didn't stop there. He also called Steele a groomer, a term often used as an insult in debates over LGBTQ+.
I totally agree. I totally agree. That's grooming kids, dude. That's literally grooming kids in front of everyone. He's a groomer. This is hard. Like, why are you doing that?
The Tesla billionaire's remarks tie into his long-standing criticism of transgender rights and medical care. Musk has previously linked these issues to the transition of his own transgender daughter Vivian. He has described it as a result of woke mind virus.
Oh my god, his daughter is beautiful. Let's look at her. Dude, oh my god. Is she a model? Dude, what the hell? She's gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh. But she would have been a very handsome man too, I bet. Oh, man. And now she's going to be a millionaire. And she's hot. She's hot, hey. Okay, let's go.
Woke mind virus. So far, neither Hamish Steele nor Netflix has issued an official statement on the controversy or Musk's decision. But with Musk's global platform,
I wonder what Musk's own daughter think about this position. Like, this would be interesting, right?
the debate has escalated, pulling the streaming giant into a wider cultural and political debate. Elon Musk's cancellation of Netflix adds fresh momentum to the backlash against Hamish Steele. As criticism mounts, the focus now turns to how Netflix will respond, or whether it will remain silent as the controversy continues to grow.
Like, why do you push that content onto children? Why? It makes no normal sense to me, dude. Why do you want children to learn that? What are the comments here saying? Disney is just as bad. My kids 5 and 6 were watching Chibiverse the other day, and I noticed an androgynous character kissing a girl character celebrating their Chibiversary. Neither of my kids knew if they were boy or girl. I looked it up, and the main character is a bisexual girl character. What? What, dude? Are you serious? Just stop, please. I changed the channel and explained that I'm their mom and I have to keep them safe from things that can damage them. They cried, but listen, I shouldn't have to have this conversation yet. They don't need to be educated and exposed to this confusion. Lord protect them. Yeah, for real. Someone said, we canceled both Netflix and Disney years ago. And someone else is saying, this is definitely a form of grooming our children. It's very sad and scary. We must pray, but also stand up to it. This is covert child abuse. Yeah, I agree. Whether they realize it or not. It is disgusting, dude. Why is there a bisexual girl in children's television? What happened, dude? Like, for real, like, what happened that this is necessary? Do you know? If you know, don't forget to put it in the comments, dude. Because it's beating the F out of me. I don't know, this is crazy. By the way, guys, thank you so much for all the subscribers. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. If you do not know who I am your host, Efrain Rodriguez Guerrero, fitness professional and self-proclaimed high-performance expert. I deliver breaking news, current events, fitness, and gang stalking. I know that's weird, but yeah, there's a reason behind all of that, though. So don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other videos. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I can't believe that you're here, but thank you. And if you would like to show your support, please, you know, the usual that everyone asks you. Like, comment, share in your social media. But if you would like to go above and beyond, please consider becoming a member of the channel, only $4.99 a month. Or you can also make a donation to my PayPal in the link in the description of the channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye. Thank you for watching.